pick up on a cold and windy February day as the train from London pulls into Brighton station. In this pluther of smoke and steam as it pulls up to the platform, and 4 gentlemen of varying levels of wealth and distinguishment alight from the train. We have our 2 investigators, Hargreaves and Bloomsworth, Avery Collins, the mechanic's apprentice, and Martin White, who, well, I presume Martin was travelling in first class. Did you pay for the others to travel in first class also, or are they relegated down to second class, or worse?
I think it would have been first class for everyone. I mean, why not?
Okay, in which case, yeah, you've been travelling first class. You step down onto the platform. Porters come to take any baggage you've got, but I don't know if you're travelling heavy or light on this little trip down to the seaside.
That's a good point. I think I'd probably travel light, but certainly have a change of clothes and so on. And, I mean, you have to prepare for every eventuality. You know, the weather might change.
Yes, and the other porters will ask, would you like your baggage taken to a hotel, your house, sir? Small fee?
Yes. I think the Grand was stopping at.
Ah, yes. Gentlemen down to the Grand? Excellent. This way, a car will be waiting for you outside.
Thank you very much.
And assuming everyone wants to go down to the Grand, unless anyone has anything else they want to do on their arrival. In which case, it's a short trip down to the station towards the Grand on the seafront, which is this enormous, one could say even grand edifice of a hotel with lines of balconies out the front, this white painted enormous building looking out down onto the slope of this pebble beach towards this grey sea and grey sky, and a pier heading far out into the ocean, and a veritable mob of seagulls circling above. As people, despite the weather, despite the gloom and the bluster of the day, are promenading up and down the seafront to get some of that good, healthy sea air in their lungs. You see some people walking, a couple of people being pushed along in wheelchairs. It is considered very healthy to get some sea air and away from the city. And given the air quality in London at the time, that is probably true. Like, yeah.
So, do we have a plan, or shall we just get checked in and see what we can find out? I think the main thing we've got to find out is what's happened to Nordstrom and make sure he's okay.
And were you able to get any idea from the chaps where the equipment was going? I mean, in town? Is it outside?
Just Brighton, as far as I was told. I'm not sure unless Avery's got any idea.
We have the guy that drove us here, right, with the car?
Yes, there's a driver at the moment.
I mean, I'm not assuming that they would just allow us to drive, so
no.
I would gonna go and ask that person, because he's been near the station most of the time. He would probably have noticed all the machinery bits, and somebody driving a car at that day and age is probably interested, so he might have taken a peek. And I'm gonna go and ask. I'm sorry, sir. Could I ask you a question?
What can I do to help you, sir?
My employer has sent machinery parts ahead already, and I kind of forgot where our where they're going. The new address.
Workshop.
The workshop, where the workshop is.
You mean the foreign gentleman earlier arrived through with the cart full of
exactly
pieces.
Exactly.
Yeah, they went on taking them on up the coast, over sort of Saltdean direction. It didn't say where they were going, but they couldn't be going far. Not with the fuel they had, so a couple of miles out of town probably.
Thank you.
There's not that much up that way. A few farms up on the downs, on the top of the cliffs. The old sanatorium, but that's shut now. Not much up else that way, really.
How long has that place been shut? I hadn't realised it had closed down.
Oh, it closed what? Oh, it's been closed as long as I've been lived around here. There was big storm about a decade back, maybe. Bunch of the someone got murdered. Place got the doctor that was running the place got murdered by one of the inmates. So whole place got shut down. People got shunted off elsewhere. Yeah, bit of nasty business. There was yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it must be about 10 years back now, really.
But it would be a
Maybe
big
longer.
enough place to be turned into a workshop.
Yeah. Oh, big building, sits up on top of the cliffs, brick
Exactly.
place. It's been rotting away there, really.
Oh, fair enough. Actually, if it's rotting away, it might not be the best one. But no, it's my first time to Brighton, I think.
Oh, well, I recommend the seafront, the pier. There's some amusements down there. They've got you know.
Any good cheese shops you could recommend?
I mean, not really a specific cheese. I mean, there's the grocer's.
I heard that Brighton Blue is a popular cheese.
That's a fair good cheese. If you want the place over on Preston Street, they'll sell you. But no, you want to try the fish if you're down here for the first time. Got some,
Yeah, where is the chippy? I'm getting a bit
which one?
peckish. Oh, okay.
We got half a dozen.
Is there a better one or a best one to go to?
Well, I'm unbiased. My wife's cousin's got a place. I can take you there if you like. It's down on the Kingsway.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean,
All right. Well, how about I drop you off there and I'll take your bags over to the hotel for you.
great.
Sounds good.
He turns off and takes you down onto the seafront towards one of the fish and chip shops.
Be a good idea to get something to eat just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And what-
they'll happily sell you some fried fish, some chips, all wrapped up in newspaper. Yes.
I mean, what can go wrong in a chippy?
Probably something.
We just learned about fish people. He doesn't say that out loud, but like that's what that's what
He's
Basil was
thinking.
thinking. We just learned about fucking fish people.
So there's likely not many in here.
Take a lot of butter.
It's
I'm assuming the Grand's not that far away, so we could probably just walk a bit
yeah, you
further.
can probably just walk there.
I'm actually going to buy some cheese if we pass the cheese shop on the way.
And buy some cheese on the way to the hotel as well.
Only a small block of it.
So, armed with your cheese, you head on over to and having filled yourself nicely with some good local fish and chips, you head on over to the Grand Hotel. Where, have you got 4 rooms booked? Or, I don't know. I don't know if Martin's bankrolling this expedition or if you're expecting the others to pay their way.
Well, he'd cover the costs of the rooms because it was his suggestion. But I'm not sure whether the 2 detectives wish to share or not.
No, we are not sharing a room.
Okay, then it'll be 4 separate rooms, but probably all close enough together.
All right, yeah. So you got 4 rooms at the hotel. By now it's it's about midday by this point. By the time you've booked rooms, bought fish and chips, had a nice walk along the seafront. And the question is, what on earth do you want to do next?
Well, go ahead.
No, you first, detective.
Okay. I was thinking if we need a justification for all of us to be here together, you're interested in getting in on this, so you want to finance it. Avery has the justification of he is the med scientist That's definitely what we were referring to him as, his employee, and you've hired us as protection.
That would do.
Good cover story, Basil.
So let's just
Thank
check at the hotel whether they've seen Nordstrom or Dr. Pendergast.
Yeah, asking at the desk.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes, sir. Dr. Pendergast. Yes, he
Yes.
he arrived yesterday. He's Would you like me to leave a message for him? He
No,
headed out
so-
early this morning.
Was there a Swedish gentleman who would have arrived the day before?
I don't remember any Swedish gentlemen. No,
Gentleman called Nordstrom.
I don't think so.
That's okay. It's, he
No,
may have gone
Pendergast
ahead.
was travelling with a young lady. Separate rooms.
Of course. Are they? Oh, they left this morning. We'll have to catch up with them. Okay. No problem. Thank you very much for your
No
time.
problem, sir. As I said, would you like me to leave a message for Pendergast?
No,
I'll let him
it's
know
okay.
you're looking for him.
We're going to catch up with him. It's okay. We've got an idea where he's gone. We weren't sure whether we'd catch him here or further along. So we'll better unpack our stuff in our rooms and get sorted, then head out.
All right. Let me know if you want to do anything in particular other than just unpacking and gathering again in the foyer.
I'm managing my guns,
Yes.
cleaning them, that type of thing. But that's it.
Just double checking that everything's.
Just out of curiosity, in case it comes up, who is taking any form of weaponry with them or any unusual items that are worth of note? Okay, so our detectives are both going armed.
I mean, I have my tools probably. The carryable one.
Yeah. You've got a toolkit,
I'll be armed with a semi-soft cheese.
and Martin's taking lunch. Would you like some bread to go with your cheese?
I'm not sure. It depends if the bread's stale, because it'll have a bit of an edge to it.
The bread at the Grand is not stale. We only
No,
serve the freshest and
Don't think.
pillowiest and fluffiest of bread.
I think
Bring
the
fresh baguette. That'll be fine.
I think the only thing Martin might take is like a little sketchbook or something like that. Because
So,
he does drawing and art type stuff. So
guns, a toolkit, some blue cheese, and a sketchbook. With all your equipment prepared, you gather down in the foyer once more.
Gentlemen, where should we start?
Well, I think the former sanatorium sounds like a place where I would put something like that. There's at least A space, and B, the building I would assume is like a bit more sturdy than a barn.
it's certainly secure, and it's unlikely to be disturbed by passers-by.
Exactly.
It'll be quite isolated. But as far as we know, nobody's actually been hurt or killed.
And no, we don't hear any talk of, like, as people mill about. We're not hearing any, like, people talking about anything happening locally in the town that's out of the ordinary.
You know what? Give me a look roll, please. Let's see if you happen to chance upon any rumors. You're feeling lucky. Okay, so Nigel, as you, in the course of this morning, you wandered up and down, gone around. You recall a little something you heard, possibly in your walk over to the hotel, or maybe even in the queue at the fish and chip shop earlier, and it would have stick in your mind only because of the previous mention of Albert. This natural conversation was, he's been ranting and raving about something going up at the old place on the hill again. told him not to go up there again. Nothing but trouble. And then someone going, well, that's Ernie for you. Nothing but trouble. If there's not already trouble, Ernie will find it. That's true. That's true.
Did they give any clue that I could pick up on who Ernie is?
Not particularly. It only comes into your mind because they mentioned the old place up on the hill, and you now, as Avery's talking about this sanatorium place.
You know, I think I heard something as we were walking about something going on up at the hill. So the people, they'd warned people not to go, but there's something going on up there. Is that where this place is you're talking about?
I think so. I mean, that was the description that the guy in the car gave, right?
Right,
For the old sanatorium.
Apparently, there's some activity going on up there. I mean, people
We
generally.
should go look.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else? Any place else to go? Unless, you can find out which room is his in here without, making the receptionist suspect of us, and then maybe you can go and we'll open the door and take a look outside.
Oh,
Good
let's
idea.
see. Well, I'm not much of a lock picker, so that wouldn't necessarily be my forte. Nigel, do you have that particular skill?
I have picked a lock or two in my time, but I wouldn't say that I'm an expert at it in any. I could give it a shot.
I mean,
Oh.
I do know my way around mechanics, so there's a chance I could get that open.
I believe in you, and I think it wouldn't be too difficult to figure out the gentleman's room number. I mean, we are business associates. We are legitimate, oddly enough, business associates, so it wouldn't be a crazy question to ask anyway. And
We could
Avery,
ask how close this room is to ours.
yeah, especially because Avery, you worked for the man, so do you want
I will not work for Pendergast. I worked for Nordstrom.
it's
You can say you
Nordstrom.
did. Or do.
Well, but now Nordstrom works for him, and so it's
I mean, they haven't hurt the other guy though. The other, they haven't. Nordstrom wasn't here. It's just this other dude.
no, I know, but I guess what I'm saying is because your boss works for him by proxy, you work for him, and you have met the man. It's not. It's
That's
not
how this works.
Yes,
Okay.
actually, yes. Because if he came to your boss and said, "I don't like Avery anymore, fire him, or I'm not going to give you the stuff you need," he would probably fire you.
You mean the down way, sure, but like the way up.
Well, yeah, because you would still, if he reports to him and you report to him, he could still. Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is an unequivocal yes. Silly, brilliant man.
This is social stuff. I don't know that.
This is how a basic business. Like, so for instance, Nigel works for me, and if we had a secretary, okay,
I don't think this gets us.
we'll get to that
anywhere.
later. It gets us to a fist fight, which Nigel would win because he's a beast of a man. Oh, fine. Let's just go ask our questions.
Yes, let's go.
Let's just go
Okay.
to the front desk.
To the front desk, where the same smartly dressed receptionist is there. He's sat there behind his desk. Gentlemen, can I help you?
Yes. We had a question for you. We were looking for the room number of a certain gentleman. Avery, how do you pronounce the last name again?
You mean Nordstrom? But Nordstrom wasn't here. You mean
It's
Pendergast?
yes, that one. Sorry, it's tough. The broken tooth. We were looking for his room number. We're business associates, and we were hoping to maybe catch him. He's a busy man. We're busy men as well.
Well,
Yes, he's in
to
room
be fair, we
103
just wanted
because
to know how
he
close
left
this
this
room
morning.
was to ours.
What was the
he's
room
not-
number again?
103, sir.
103.
Is that close to our rooms or not? I'm not sure.
It would be
On the same
actually
floor?
next door to Martin's room, because it's
Oh.
in the nicer part of the hotel.
That's perfect. So it is next door to my room.
Yes. As I said, would you like me to leave a message for when he returns later today?
No, it's okay. It just makes it easier. We'll catch up with him now, and chances are we'll be returning with him anyhow.
Oh. Will you gentlemen be joining us for dinner this evening? Shall I make reservations for you in our dining room?
I think possibly the evening, more than likely. But
Very
I
good,
think
sir.
just we're encouraged to visit one of your local chippies. So
Well,
we're pretty much
we do serve some very nice seafood of our own here, a little higher.
Oh, definitely. We'll be back in time for our evening meal, I think.
I look forward to seeing you later, sir, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
What time is dinner served to?
Dinner is served until 8 o'clock.
Ah, okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Plenty of time.
So,
Okay.
would you,
Well,
are you gentlemen happy walking, or would you like me to call to fetch you the drive around?
We'll probably just need to check a couple of things, and we'll return when we need a driver.
Very well, gentlemen.
So,
Well, then let's go
Where are you
upstairs
heading?
again.
to our
Back to the
rooms.
room.
Okay,
So-
you're back upstairs. All right.
But interesting thing, he said 103, and he said there's a young lady as well.
Yes.
I'm wondering whether that would be Miss Ward.
That would be my presumption.
In which case, which room was hers? Hers will be next. I'm assuming it'll be next to it, but that would be a bit unlucky. We'll just stick with the one we know for certain.
Now, did you say you, Mr. White? Is your room next to his?
Mine's 104, yes.
Is that across the hall or adjacent to?
This would be adjacent.
Okay, and is there a pass
They're
through?
both on the sea view side.
Is there a pass through in your room, Martin?
Nope, I don't think there is.
Okay.
I'm assuming there isn't.
No,
It's
they're
not like
they're
a shared
separate
balcony
rooms.
or anything like that.
Well, let's just go and knock on the door, and if not, I'm just gonna open the door with my tools.
Okay, you knock on the door. No answer.
Can we listen to see if we hear any rustling of someone moving around inside?
Yeah, give me a listen check. Let's see if you hear anything. Hear if you see anything. See if you hear. Okay, Nigel was the one who asked if they could do it. Avery, you can't just. No, I'm not
Alright.
counting that one.
Fair enough.
Rules are the
There's-
rolls. Yeah. I'm taking that critical off you to be mean. Nigel, you don't hear anything. Would anyone else like to listen at the door?
Yes, I would like to listen at the door.
Anyone? Yeah. Basil, you can give me a roll, and Avery, you can give me a roll if you'd like.
Well, it's at least a success.
Alright. Yeah, Basil, you don't hear anything either, but Avery with his younger and sharp... In fact, none of you, apart from Avery with his younger and sharper ears, hear anything. Avery, you hear a squawking noise from inside the room.
A squawking noise.
Yes. It's more like, sounds like a seagull.
All right. I mean, potentially there's the window open, and I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, give me
Punch.
a locksmith roll then. Let's see. Very quickly. And I just want to clarify, are you picking the lock, or are you just taking the lock off the door? How are you doing this?
I'm using tools to pick the lock and open the lock in a way. If it was like if it wasn't an extreme success, I would probably just taken the lock off. But
Yeah.
this is like,
Yeah, with an extreme success, no one's going to know you've done it. It's a beautiful piece of work as you pick the lock, and you can see inside into this hotel room. There is a bed. There is a desk. There is a suitcase open on a little stand. There is a window with the curtains. The curtains are open and tied back. And there is the thing that probably immediately catches your attention is the seagull, which appears to be snared in some kind of trap on the desk. One foot closed in this little loop snare. You can see in front of, next to it, appears to be some shrimp, almost set up as bait on the desk. And this seagull trapped in a snare, flapping its wings and squawking.
Now that's a bit strange. I think we should. Well, we'll let that go. I'll try and approach the seagull to see if I can.
I would like an animal handling check just to see how you manage with this seagull.
the short seagull is.
I've actually put points in animal handling.
You have points into animal handling, which is so rarely done. Yes, you managed to extricate the seagull from the trap without getting any injuries.
And I'll let the seagull go out the window.
And the seagull flutters off into the wind.
I'll probably throw the shrimps out as well for it to.
Yeah, and you toss the shrimp out the window afterwards, and someone outside in the street has a shrimp land on their hat and wonder what on earth is going on.
And a seagull soon takes the hat.
Yeah, and then followed by another seagull coming for the shrimp.
Is her name Barbara? Because it would be great to have a shrimp on a Barbie. I had to. I'm sorry. I just broke Nigel.
Her name is now Barbara. She had a very nice hat, and now it's been ruined by a seagull.
Well, that was a bit strange. Why would someone put a trap for a seagull?
Yeah, well, I sure hope that they're not noticing that the traps. Yeah, it's fine. Let's check
the room, see what we have.
Okay.
No. Does it look?
Sorry.
Does it look like the trap was set so the seagull would come in the room? I mean, where would it have come from?
The window is open. The window is open, and the curtains are drawn.
Oh,
back.
it was open when it came in. Okay, all right. Is there anything on the desk that looks like the seagull might have been intended for?
As you look at the desk, you now having the main distraction of the seagull removed. You look at the desk. Aside from the seagull, on the desk there is a small wash basin and a towel, a small washing towel.
Any ritualistic looking sharp knives?
Not on the desk, no. But as you look closer, I want you to give me a spot hidden as you're looking around here.
I think I'll search around as well, so.
Could I do a spot hidden as well, Keeper?
Yes, you can. Anyone who's searching around can give me a spot
I was
hidden.
mainly going to search the luggage and
Okay.
bags and stuff, but.
So Martin's going for the luggage. Nigel's looking at the desk. Basil, are you looking at anything in particular?
Well, I failed, so I guess I would look around.
Let's look at the obvious. You'll get the non-hidden.
That's true.
The spot normal.
I'm gonna look under the bed.
Okay, Basil, you peer down under the bed. There's a pair of slippers, but nothing else of notice. Nigel, looking over the desk, the desk drawers are empty, and there's not really any paperwork or any ritualistic knives lying around. Martin, looking over at the suitcase, it looks like most of the clothing's been unpacked from it. All that's left in it are probably about 3 changes of underwear, a spare shirt, 3 pairs of socks, several handkerchiefs, and a towel similar to the one that's on the desk, only this one is stained with blood. Like it's tucked into the bottom of the suitcase, almost like out of sight, underneath the rest of the clothes that have been like laid out on top of it, almost to hide it. It is like there's blood on it, and
It's a bit strange.
feathers stuck to the blood.
You know, I was looking for any knives or anything, because, you know, when we went to see Pendergrast the first time, he did have that spot of blood on his sleeve. And I was wondering if maybe he's continuing to do something, whatever it is he needs to do. Or
That'd explain the seagull and the trap and the feathers and this.
This thought just kind of hits Basil. I'm gonna go loiter out around our rooms. That way, in case someone comes back, I can run an interference.
Okay, so you're going to loiter in the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna casually loiter around. If I'm by my room, will I be able to see anyone coming down?
Yeah. There's enough corridor you can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang back by my room and look bored.
I don't think we're going to find anything else in here, really. So
Maybe we ruined something by removing his animal sacrifice or something. I don't know.
We'll might as well close the window. I mean, a cleaner or someone sensible would do something like that too.
True.
Stop any
You would
seagulls.
notice actually that there was a do not disturb sign on the outside of Pendergast's door. Just to make that clear.
Oh,
Well, then we leave the door open and maybe the bird freed themselves.
yeah, I guess leave the trap in such a way that it looks like maybe it got free.
could do.
Okay. At this point, I'd like you to make me a group look roll, please. So whoever's got the lowest look, please give me a roll.
What is everyone at?
34.
65.
57.
62.
Well, I guess my 34 it is then.
It does sound like it, yes. Okay, so at this point, as you're sort of deciding what to do with the trap, Basil, you see someone come walking along the corridor towards you.
Who do I see?
You see a maid.
How old
Young
is she?
woman, neatly tied back, red hair. Probably looks to be about late teens, early 20s.
Okay, so I am going to, when I see her, I'm going to yell very loudly, excuse me, maid? Maid?
You know, sort of jumps, nearly drops.
Sorry.
She's carrying sort of like a mop and bucket.
So sorry, so very sorry, and I'm going to make it a point to kind of like rush up towards her excitedly. I am so sorry to bother you, and I'm sorry to startle you. I'm very loud sometimes. I'm very loud sometimes. It's an issue with my with broken tooth and all. Anyway, so I have made a terrible mistake. I've lost my room key.
Oh, sir, they've got spare keys down at the desk downstairs.
That would be a great idea. A great idea. However, I am in a bit of a rush. Could you open my door for me, please, very quickly? Please.
Sort of a side glance. I need a fast talk roll here. Like, which door are you pointing at, by the way?
My room. I forgot
yeah.
what room number I am, but my actual room.
Yeah, I think let's call you 105. She glances up and down the corridor and goes, "Sir, we're not really supposed to do that.
I know.
Just this once, but
just this
sir,
once.
Don't tell anyone I let you in, sir.
Absolutely. I would never tell anyone.
Yeah, and look, you're gonna have to find your key still, sir.
I know. It's just I have. Don't tell anyone. I've recently started my own private business, and I have all these thoughts in my head and things of that nature. and I just get absent-minded. I forget the damnedest thing. So I forgot like my notebook, and I list a bunch of things that like I do have back in my room that a reasonable
Yeah, as she said
businessman
this, she's
might need.
unlocking the door and like letting you in. The rest of
Yes.
you back sort of a little further up the corridor, you clearly heard Basil having this conversation. Like it was very clearly audible from inside Pendergast's room. So it's up to you what you want to do with that.
Well, my first reaction would be to close the door, because there's a do not disturb sign on the outside, and then wait for her to pass, and then do what we need to do, and then leave.
Okay. So yeah, the maid unlocks the room for Basil and goes, "There you go, sir."
Oops. Thank you so much. What was your name again?
Eleanor Marsh.
Thank you so much, Madam Marsh. I'm gonna give her a little tip. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna
And I
after.
need to give you a spot hidden actually as you do this.
Oh God, she's Cthulhu.
She reaches it out and takes the coin from your hand.
Success.
Her hand is sort of cold and slightly clammy.
Are you feeling okay? You feel a little cold.
Oh,
Are you all right?
it's just the sea air.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna one moment. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab, out of my suitcase, like maybe a small pair of gloves or something, and say just with your hands, for your hands. So you feel awfully cold. I wouldn't want you to catch sick.
I couldn't possibly take that, sir.
You could. As a matter of fact, you have. So you did it. Thank you for helping me. It's another way to say thank you. Here it is. I'm gonna go over, grab a pencil, grab a spare book,
you.
and all of that.
Should I lock the door again behind you, sir? Otherwise the door will be unlocked.
Yeah, that is true. It would be terrible for a door to just be unlocked. Hold on, and I'm gonna walk over into the bathroom. Is there indoor plumbing at this point? My history is
We've
terrible.
got indoor plumbing. I don't know the history of the ensuite bathroom as to whether you have an ensuite bathroom. I'm gonna say the bathrooms are up the hall actually. Having been in a bunch of old Victorian hotels that do not have like bathrooms in each room.
I think I know where it might be. Actually, my key. Now that I think about it, yeah. Feel free to lock the door. I actually forgot to put up my do not disturb sign. How funny. Because we just got in, so we don't really, or I don't really need the room cleaned. Yeah. Here, I'll just put that up. And I think it might be in the loo. And I'm going to stick my head out the door and look both ways, like looking like for which way is the bathroom. But I'm also looking to see if I can see hide or hair of my compatriots, and to see if the door is closed.
The door to Pendergast's room is closed.
I still see the sign.
Yeah, you still see the do not
Okay,
disturb.
then I'm gonna be like, okay, it's fine. Yeah, do me a favor, just lock the door on your way out, and thank you again so much, Madam Marsh. And I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
As you turn to go, she sort of leans forward and catches you by the arm.
Oh, you're quite quick.
Beware the sea.
Aware of the sea. Can I do a psychology? Can I do a psychology check on that?
Yes.
Success.
It almost looks like for a moment like there's some. Like she's not quite seeing you in that moment, and she leans in and says this. Like she's talking, but she doesn't. Something different about her demeanor for a second.
Can I do a spot hidden check on her as there's something different about her? I know I already did.
I mean, appearance, as in just in her demeanor. Appearance-wise, she's still the same sort of pale, slightly clammy maidservant as she was before.
Okay.
It'll take its due from them or you. And then she sort of shakes herself out and goes, "No bother, sir. Just good luck finding your key."
Yeah, I think
Picks up her mop and bucket to head on her way.
Be careful, right? Please, Adam Marsh.
Yes.
Be careful. Oh man, once she gets out of earshot, I am gonna go to the bathroom. That way I can just have, oh, I found it. I left it in the bathroom type thing. And as I'm sitting in the bathroom, I'm gonna go, holy fuck! What horrible place have we come to? Now I definitely have to try to fish. And I'm gonna hang out in the bathroom for a moment.
Okay. Time passes for those of you in the room. You hear the sound of the maid leaving, assuming you're sort of paying attention, listening out now. And you think you've got the all clear now to the corridor.
I'll leave, and I'm going to close the door behind.
Is there anything else you need to have a look at, Mr. White?
I don't see any books or anything. Do I keep her in here? Any books whilst looking
No,
around?
this room
No.
is like it looks. I mean, apart from the suitcase and
It's
the
not lived
seagull
in.
desk
Like,
situation,
doctor
it doesn't
stuff.
look like anyone's really unpacked or moved into this room. Like,
No, nothing here. I think we have to make a move. Catch up with them before something dreadful happens.
All right.
I will lock the door behind us to make sure that it's locked again.
okay, lock the door behind you. Head on out.
So I'm assuming we're going to start heading downstairs, but I think Mr. Bloomsworth is likely to hear us exiting that room.
Oh yeah, yeah, Basil, you get your key back from the bathroom.
Oh
You
god.
hear the others in the corridor once more.
Oh god. Come on. We need to talk in the bathroom
Sure.
quickly.
Could we just talk on the way?
No. No.
You crowd into this little bathroom.
Why's it gotta be little? Why? No. A moderately sized
You
bathroom.
crowd into this adequately sized bathroom that
Thank
seems
you.
quite little once 4 grown men are standing in it.
Well, it is the Grand Hotel. I mean, it could be a grand bathroom as well.
It's not the cosmic horrors enough. It's the minor inconveniences that you just pepper us with constantly, you monster. Fucking monster. Anyway, psychotic keeper aside. Ooh, that's a ska band name if I ever heard it. Everyone. This I ran to a maid. She seemed quite nice. I forgot her first name already. That's a player error. I know her last name is Marsh. I can remember
Oliver.
that. But, sure. Ebenezer. I managed to run interference. That worked out fairly well. So I had her come into the room with me to unlock it, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then she just grabbed me and said, beware the sea, it's hungry. It will take its due from them or you. And her hand is cold and clammy. Keeper, was she surprisingly strong?
You didn't get into an arm wrestling match with her, so it's hard to tell.
Okay. So yeah, given the fact that we just learned about fish people, like
Fish people?
oh god damn it. Yes. We'll talk about that later. But yes, fish people. Very much a thing. The London Esoteric Society fought them. Which is surprising because they don't really seem to do much of anything. Or that they'd be good at much of anything.
I mean, maybe it's this panda boy dude.
Pender boy, I like that. Something does seem fishy here. Anyway, yes, fish people are real, and we are to beware the sea. And yeah. So with that being said, we should avoid the water.
Well, it's good advice. We are by the sea. It's always worth being careful.
Yes. Nigel, do you know how to swim?
I do.
Good. That way, if we have to get in there, we'll send you first.
Well, not entirely enthusiastic about that, but okay.
Nigel?
Yes.
I was kidding. We'll send Avery in. He's the youngest.
He's the youngest and strongest. I mean, obviously, he's the one.
Yeah. He's like a lion, a young lion. Anyway. Let's just get on. I just wanted you all to know that. Also, it smells terrible in here.
It is February. I wasn't even thinking we would go into the water in the first place.
But if we do, you will save us.
Let's just get a car and head to that place, that building, that sanatorium, or whatever it's called. Albrook, I think the name was mentioned.
Yeah. Is it very far, Keeper?
It's only a few miles outside of town. Probably less than an hour.
We'd probably be able to see it from town. I'm assuming it's on a hill and it's a big building.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of sight of the main bit of town. It's like you're a little bit around the coast a little. But as you come up out of town, you'll be able to see it as you come up around the coast, along the cliffs.
Should we ask if we can just rent the car and I'm gonna drive, and then we don't have the guy with us that would know where we go?
It's a good idea.
And
I mean, I would just love to drive the car.
well, before we just drive up on the place, can we stop a fair bit away just to make sure there's no like fire and lightning and tentacles flying out of this building?
Why would there be tentacles in the building?
You were there.
Okay, I see. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it makes sense not to go right up to the building. And I mean, we should be able to hire a car. I mean, this is a holiday spot. People do hire cars here. So we could probably hire one and stop a short distance away and take it from there.
Yeah, I'll say you can hire a car for the day. Say, under the guise that, taking a drive along the coast, taking in the sea air, going for a nice little country drive at the whopping speed of like 20 miles an hour that you can get.
Dangerous.
Yeah. People were not made to travel at such breakneck paces. Quite unnatural. But yeah, who's driving? And I think I want you to give me a drive auto roll just to know how this is going. Obviously, you're not going to careen straight off a cliff if you fail, but it's just going to be more how's it going? How's this drive going? It is going well. I will point out that drive auto rolls do not have a good track record in games I have run in the past.
Run-in is the correct denomination for words here.
Yes. So, yeah, you having a very pleasant little drive up out of Brighton along these cliffs. It's like pebble beaches. As you go a bit further up, it becomes more. There's like I think it's chalk cliffs around that part of the coast. These white cliffs, and as you head on up around, you can see ahead of you on sort of a rise of a hill this brick building overlooking the sea. A large, probably like 3-4 story building. With a wall around it and a couple of outbuildings, but mostly this big, just imposing bulk of a main building, surrounded on all sides just by sort of empty, open pasture land, a few cows grazing on this grassland on top of the cliffs. And just, you see these sort of overgrown bushes around the outside of the wall. It's up to you how close you want to take the car, but the approach to this place is quite open in all directions.
Is there anywhere we could park the car so it's out of sight of the main building?
If you want to get right up close, you could park it just outside the wall where it wouldn't be seen from outside the building. If you want to park it further away, you could try and find like a bit of a dip in the road or like somewhere like tucked in against the hedgerow to park it. Depends how close you want to get.
I think we should just drive up and hide it on the wall, right?
If it works, we'll go with that.
I mean,
Okay.
if they're really aware, then we would be heard already anyway. This is not the most silent mode of transportation.
That is fair.
True.
So you're driving up and just parking it outside the brick wall that surrounds this place. There's some sort of bushes and undergrowth around here, and as you park up, anyone who's not driving, actually, give me a spot hidden if you like.
Sure.
In fact, the driver can probably give me a spot hidden as well. The driver has to be somewhat alert. anyone who wants. If you're keeping an eye out, it's up to you.
Wow. 3 times 14.
Okay, you all see the figure crouched down in the bushes trying to hide near the wall. The figure kind of like hidden badly in the undergrowth that surrounds Elbrook. As
Can
you
I see
pull up
that
the
idiot?
car, he like ducks down into a bed of nettles a little further, and you hear a little muffled.
Hold on. Let's just come on, Nigel, with me.
Right, let's go. I see
Let's get
hedges are a thing here.
Nettles, they're nettles.
No, well,
Yeah.
I had a bad experience with hedges once.
If we go together, we can hedge our bets. Yeah, nonstop. If the keeper is going to be abusive and trolly, I'm going to be abusive and trolly with puns.
Yeah, just try not to cheese it.
Yeah. By the way, I've died. I have signed my death warrant tonight with that comment. I fucked up, and I deserve it. I deserve it too. Regardless.
Basil, Basil, can you lend me your gun for a second?
Which one? I have 2.
Does not matter. From that range, it's fine.
Which, you know what? Actually, you said that with a smile, so we'll be gone a while. Come on, Nigel. Anyone can come with us if you want. We're just gonna roll up to the Captain Nettle Heidi Bush McHiderson.
He kind of sees you coming over to him and starts to like scrabble backwards, like
Don't
climb his feet,
run.
going to run. You see, he
Don't.
is a
Ernie.
young man with like sandy brownish reddish hair, like slightly sort of like flattish nose, slightly protrudent eyes. Who's like kind of scrabbling back with a look of panic in his eye.
Hey, son.
To the name Ernie, by any chance?
Pardon?
Really?
What did you say? Are you
Just asking, like, saying the name Ernie to see if
are you just
he
shouting Ernie
responds to
then?
it.
Or like calling to him?
Well,
He's
not
shout-
shouting, just
Well, he doesn't. He's sort of scrabbling back and making to like run away.
Oh,
got an instant?
don't run. We're not after you specifically. Just can we talk? Can we talk for a minute?
Yeah.
I was just
It's okay. It's okay.
looking
Don't worry.
for
You were tending to your business. That's fine. We all have business to attend to. Can we just have a conversation?
I wasn't quite in any trouble.
No,
No,
you weren't. Exactly, precisely.
Yeah. So Martin, if you want to say something to him, you can do. Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's okay. Are you Ernie? By any chance?
Who said you? You said you weren't looking for me in particular.
No, I've just heard your name mentioned in town. Someone said you were headed this way.
Who told you
but-
that?
I remember the name.
Was it Nora?
I don't know her name. I just happened to hear it in conversation.
But have you seen anything interesting here? We've been hearing some strange stuff about this building.
Who are you? What
Tourists.
do you want? Why are you up here?
Well, it's a strange
Why?
building. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. And so why are you here?
See what's going on.
See, that's
What
what
is-
we're here for.
Yeah. What is going on?
Have you seen anything?
Yeah. I saw him taking a big cartload of stuff up here.
Ah, so we have got the right place.
Did you see anything? Could you give us any specifics, young man?
Well, I saw him leaving town, and today I came to have a look, and they've got a car and like a cart truck thing parked outside, and some guy hanging around. Looks like big looking guy.
I was going to say, can you describe some of the people that are here and have been moving things, or even just standing around looking official in any way?
The ones I saw in town, there was weird guy, big messy hair,
Ah,
muttering away to himself in something German maybe.
the Swedish gentleman.
Don't know.
Not
Never met
quite.
Swedish anyone.
I would give him
Is that the place with the cheese and the cuckoo clocks?
Yes, something like that.
And the Swiss rolls too.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Do you know how many people are still up here then? Is he still here?
The big guy, the guy with glasses, the Swedish guy, the woman, and like 2 others. So
A few. So what's actually going on here?
7.
So
No,
have you,
6. Sorry.
can you make any sense of what they're trying to do?
I don't know, but nothing good happens in there. You know the stories, right?
I've heard
you're
some.
tourist, you don't know the stories.
No, I mean, I've heard a little bit, but I mean, it was a place to stay away from. But other than that, no.
Yeah. They say that it's haunted. And there's monsters living in it. And the people go in, don't come out. And I had a cousin. She was in there. She does not say anything good about that place. Or like second cousin, third. I don't know. I can't count cousins. But
Any strange stories about this place tied to the sea?
well, I mean, apart from the haunting and the monsters, and my cousin who says it's a no good place who was in it. Well,
Aside from
auntie,
those.
cousin, I don't know. We call her cousin Rosa, but I'm not sure she's actually a cousin. I don't know. Families get a bit tangled. What was I saying? Oh yeah, sea. Well, I mean, he kind of points from like him to the sea, just over the cliff. Like all stories about this place are connected to the sea, right?
I mean, it's not that far away, right? Makes
Yeah.
sense.
All rivers lead to the sea.
Everything leads to the sea, right? That's like
I heard a saying. Have you heard this one? Beware the sea, it's hungry. It will take its due from them or you.
the sea takes its due, right? Yeah, that's what Cousin Rosa always says. The sea will take its due.
What's that mean? Is there like a specific story to it? Is it just a way of
I don't
thought?
know.
Or...
It's a family saying, I guess. The sea.
Probably a
sea-
local custom.
the sea takes what's its. Like the sea claims its own. That also, that thing.
Have you heard about the fish people? The old story about the fish people?
What do you mean?
I'm going to do a psychology check right there.
Yeah, give me a psychology check. You can get a read on him as he sort of pulls back slightly, like he definitely reacted to your mention of fish people, and not in the usual usual just straight up befuddlement that you get when you start mentioning fish people to people. Like he's definitely heard someone either about fish people or asking about fish people, and he definitely seemed to close off a bit when you mentioned fish people.
No, it's just I had heard a local legend about this area being home to fish people. I don't know if you had heard it or not. I don't know. I find stories like that interesting.
I don't know anything about any fish people.
Keeper, so I know that that is a lie based off of my psychology roll, or
Yeah.
I suspect that. Can I make a charm roll to try to soften
Okay,
his
so you're trying to-
demeanor?
Depends
Like,
how
oh, come
how are
on.
you doing this?
So it's like oh, come on, you've lived here, you know all kinds of stuff, like you know about the hauntings, and you know about what's going on here. You're smart.
Give me a roll.
Yeah.
I'm not guaranteeing to work.
Hard success on the charm.
You see, some of his sort of hostility relaxed a little, and he goes, "Look, you don't want to be going around, talking about that sort of stuff. People get the wrong idea, Like, we don't like it when you say that kind of thing." It's,
It's a okay. So I'm new here, so I do apologize. You know me. I don't mean any offense. So I just want to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. That's like a touchy subject, or maybe it's like a belief, and people might feel like I'm being disrespectful or poking my nose in business that I shouldn't be doing.
yeah.
Okay.
What you said, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
for what's
So
it.
if I could ask, and this is just me being ignorant, and I'm trying to become less ignorant. So thank you so much. Is that because like people like make fun of people from here for believing that, or is it like did like an accident happen? You know what I mean? Like what is the source of that? Because I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm just here on business, and a little sightseeing and the like. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a respectful man.
It's just something like some people say when they're trying to be cruel, okay?
Okay.
You know,
So if somebody
some people around here get the wrong idea about things, and they start spreading rumors, and next thing you know, everyone's saying that, you know, yeah, people are
okay,
fish people, and then like
so it's a
hounding you out of town and
derogatory
driving you out
thing.
of town, and then yeah,
Okay, it's a derogatory thing. People hurl it as an insult because proximity to the water. It's a pejorative. I understand. I understand.
yeah, we
Okay.
ain't fish people.
I
We're
know you're
fishermen.
not. Exactly.
There's a difference.
Exactly. 100%. No, 100%. Like my grandfather herded sheep, but he wasn't a sheep type of, sheep. He was a sheep herder, not a sheep. I get you. I got you. Okay. I appreciate you, and thank you for being so kind and helping me learn. Because I didn't mean any offense. You know that, right?
Right, maybe.
Okay. Well,
Is he still stuck in the nettles?
He's stood up now. He's actually got about the
Uh-huh.
nettles.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's stood
Can I
up.
help?
He's
Nigel,
brushes
get the
down his
nettles off
blade.
this young
Yeah,
man.
that's why
Yeah.
I was asking.
Yeah, exactly. Help him.
Yeah, well, and help him out.
Careful, you have soft hands.
Look, I don't know what they're up to in there, but it's not good. That place it's a bad place. Bad thing, like, yeah.
Are you in danger?
No, I'm not. You might be if you go in there.
Or do you have family that's might be in danger that's in there, or somewhere around here?
I don't think so. Like, Nora, she's at work, I presume, and well, Cousin Rosie's wherever Cousin Rosie is, and Pa's out on the boat. And the rest of them is dead, really.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
if you
see, it
need
takes what it's
anything,
due.
if you need anything for the next couple of days, here's our business card. I'm gonna hand him this business card actually says Bloomsworth and Hargreaves as opposed to Hargreaves and Bloomsworth.
Right, what? You're from London?
Unfortunately.
I've never been to London.
Well, if you're ever in London and you need help,
It's a long way from the sea.
yes, but only a train ride or so. But what I'm okay here. I'm gonna take the card back just 1 second. And
My mom always says that we don't do well away from the sea.
it doesn't have to be permanent. No one just because you
I had
can
an
always
uncle went
visit.
up to London once.
Yeah. What happened?
He got murdered.
Oh well, yeah. No, it's a dangerous place. Anyway, we're getting off track. Here. I write down
Evil place.
We just had a great conversation about not bashing people based off of where they live. So, maybe I'm gonna write my hotel number, like my room number, on there. I'm staying at the blah blah blah.
At the
In case you
Grand?
need me.
Huh.
Yeah, staying at the Grand. That's my room number. This is Nigel's room number. If you need anything while we're here, and then you can always look us up when you come to London. I promise we will make sure you do not get murdered. Right? Not right, Nigel?
Okay, all right. Well,
and that's what. And while Basil is writing all this, I'll reach in and grab his arm and hand and help pull him out.
yeah.
bit.
Give me a spot hidden as you do, please, as you pull him out. All right. Oh, good. Yeah. Took away his card, and he
Did I notice though if his skin was cold and clammy?
I mean, he's been sat outside in in February under a wall for who knows how long. His skin's definitely cold.
Okay.
Maybe a little clammy. Hard to be sure. As he hurries off away down the road, leaving the four of you outside Albrook.
What a interesting young man. He's kind of mean toward the end, but I liked him.
Giving up far too much information there, Basil.
No, we have to. It's about helping people, and we just told him the same cover story that we would be giving anyone, which is basically that we are who we are and we're here on business.
Yes, but you didn't need to give him our room numbers.
Yes, I did, to be friendly, because that young man clearly knows more than what he's telling us.
Oh, obviously so, but he could have left a message for us at the hotel front desk.
I don't think that boy is smart enough, and I think he's kind of fidgety. And I'm not really sure how literate he is. And he needs to maybe feel welcomed. Nigel, this is why I'm a people person. And
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And what are these people gonna do? Like run up and have us beat the crap out of them or shoot them and then make fun of them? Like what risk do we actually? We're in Brighton. What are you talking about? It's fine.
I mean, we're supposed to be here anyway, right?
Exactly. Exactly. The best cover is the truth.
Sometimes a little omission goes a long way too.
I did admit, I didn't say that we were here because there's a mad scientist making something to summon a silvery tentacle energy monster because people don't have any goddamn foresight as to what could possibly go wrong. Again, I didn't say that. That was an omission.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so after this little encounter, you're outside the walls of Albrook. Are you heading on inside into the yard? Or
Yeah.
are you not?
Why not?
Seems like it.
Look at the area first, like as we're approaching it.
Well, as you approach, you can see this brick wall with an arch above it with a metal sign with the word Albrook in slightly rusted metal over these gates that are standing closed for the time being. And as you approach the gates of Albrook, I think this is as good a time as any to go to break, and we'll see you back in 10 minutes' time. And we are back. So, our 4 investigators find themselves standing outside the gates of the abandoned Albrook Asylum, just outside of Brighton. Up here on the cliffs, this large brick building with a wall around the outside, and this wrought iron metal gate with an arch above with letters spelling out in rather rusted metal the word Albrook. And as you approach the gate, you can see there is a chain looped around the gate. And the chain is noticeably newer than the rest of the gate. There's a padlock on this chain, a rather sturdy looking padlock. The gate's rusted, but the chain is not.
Is there any other apparent door that we could try other than having to break the chain or the lock to get in?
Do you want to do like a circuit around the brick wall around the outside?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to open the padlock.
Okay, can I have a spot hidden from Nigel as he's doing a circuit around the outside? And Avery, you give me a little roll to try and pick this padlock. Nigel, you circle around the outside. The wall is quite high. There's a couple of spots where you think maybe you could have a go at trying to climb up the wall, but there aren't any other doors in this wall.
No, I'll just go circle back.
And as you circle back, Avery's still there fiddling with the lock on these gates. Doesn't seem to be having much luck.
Well, I break the lock, but
If you want to take a break for just a second, I could try.
I mean, sure. Need the tools, or
yeah, I'll make use of them.
I'll hand those over. I've been that last bolt is just
Nope.
2 points though.
You're right. I'll spend the luck.
Okay. Now, after Avery fiddles around for a while, Nigel has a go and gets lucky, and there's a little click. The lock springs open. The gate is unlocked.
Right, gentlemen. And I hand Avery's tools back to him. Shall we go in?
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay,
Who
if you
should
head
lead
up,
the way?
you see there's this
Oh.
gravelled area outside the front, which is quite overgrown. There's weeds springing up all around the corners. There are 2 vehicles parked up outside, a car and sort of I guess it would be the cart, bit of a horse and cart, is they probably would have used to actually move the stuff. I don't know if we've got all the way to trucks yet. There's no horse in sight, but it's just the trailer cart bit. Yeah, and a car, and the steps leading up to a closed front door. There's no sign of anyone around outside, but you see the windows of this place staring down at you. You're in the full sight of the windows at the front of this building.
Are there any drag marks to do with heavy boxes being dragged along the floor from the?
Yeah, you can see in the gravel clearly there's marks with heavy things have been dragged up those steps.
Up the
Something
steps, so that's
brought
why
into
everything's
this-
gone in.
Up the steps. The doors are currently closed, but something big has been brought into this place.
Is there still parts left in the trailer?
No. No, it looks like whatever was here has been taken inside.
Avery, do you know how it'd be possible to sabotage this car? Do you think it'd be a good idea to do something like that before?
How would you like to sabotage it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not mechanically minded.
Should it just stop working, or do you want to potentially kill the people in it?
Oh no. Actually, I've got an idea. Could we just take the steering wheel off it?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that'll stop them from doing it without actually doing any serious damage to the vehicle. It just means, they tried to make a getaway, they won't be able to get very far.
I'll just go and open the hood of the car, and I'm just gonna remove
something.
I know which part I want to remove. I just don't know what it's called in English.
And give me a mechanical repair roll, please, as you're doing this for mechanical braking. I think
I'm
if I
sure.
to rename this mechanical braking, I feel it's going to get used for that a lot more than repairing. Okay, what
I'm gonna just
exactly would you like to
remove
do
one
to this
part.
car? Because whatever, but I don't know the ins and outs of a 1907 engine, but with a built spark plug. Do they have spark plugs at that point?
Plug's the word. Right, yeah, that's what I want to remove, yeah.
Well, or the distributor cap would have been sufficient. That way,
Something key,
Yeah,
It's smart.
a small but key part. This car's not going anywhere.
but easy enough if we replaced it, it would. But,
Yeah, it's just ending up in my pocket, and then
that's a good idea.
the entire engine.
That's not gonna start without. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, we could just get the brakes. But yeah. We should probably try to go in here and check out what they're doing, where they are.
yeah, let's tread lightly. I mean, Ernie said there were 6 or 7 people here.
Should have asked him how many fingers he had as well.
Good point.
But we need to check that Nordstrom's okay. That's the key thing as well.
Yeah. No, I'm a bit worried because he hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah, it's strange he wasn't booked in at the hotel. But anyhow, I'm sure
Might be-
everything will be fine.
So if we go up to the door,
You might have gotten booked in here, in one of the patient suites.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
yeah, let's go
Right,
up to the
Nigel?
door then.
Is the
Okay.
front door locked?
You push on the front door, and no, it does not seem to be locked. Either it was left unlocked, or the locks are not in good enough condition to have locked it at the time being.
I assumed with the gate, but locked.
creaks open to reveal like a would have been a lobby hallway inside. It's definitely had a little bit of time and decay in this place. Like you can see damp isn't in the walls, like it's not been cleaned, like thick cobwebs. You hear the scutter of a rat running somewhere close at hand as you step inside. Yeah, the smells are of damp and of like leaf litter and like it's possibly an animal has died somewhere in here at some point, not in the not too distant past. As you step inside, you can hear this door, the creak of this door echoes through the lobby of this place. You can see there's a stair leading upstairs and corridors stretching out. You can see and hear these thick drag marks on the floor. And in fact, there's a large piece of sort of equipment that's been sort of abandoned and left in this lobby. You see the boilers and sort of mechanical parts of one of Pawel's sort of prototypes who's sort of been left in the middle of this hallway.
If we stop and listen for just a second, can we hear any activity anywhere?
Give me a listen check, please, as you listen out.
Try and listen to see if we can hear anyone
The
moving.
quiet of this place. Anyone who wants to give me a check can go for it.
Sure. Where's my listen?
Okay. Martin and Basil, you don't really hear anything other than the whisper of the wind through the upper stretch into this building, and yeah, the scuttle of a rat somewhere. Oh, disturbingly close by. Avery and Nigel, you hear other muffled sounds. You can hear footsteps somewhere upstairs, and you can hear the sound of like a distant muffled clanging noise from sort of downwards. Like it sounds quite distant. Definitely someone moving around upstairs, and there's something going on downstairs.
Down thing sounds like somebody's clanging, so maybe
Sounds
somebody
like metal downstairs.
building something, or I mean, considering that the most important bits are up here still.
This is just part of like one of the prototypes. There's lots of other bits and pieces. This is perhaps like half of one of his prototypes. The rest doesn't seem to be here.
Okay.
And I hear what sounds like somebody moving about upstairs.
Yeah. I heard that too. Should we go visit upstairs first, or should we go downstairs first?
I think downstairs might be the best option. That's where Nordstrom's likely to be.
Yeah, it seems so.
Checking
After
his
having this discussion, could you give me a group luck roll, please?
We're lucky. Unless Basil has less luck than I am having.
I'm in my 50s.
For the time being, you are undisturbed.
Okay. So upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs.
Okay, so let's see if we find a way downstairs.
Okay, so you're heading around looking for a way down.
Well, we'll follow the drag marks, actually. Are they heading in that direction?
Yeah.
They are indeed, yes. You can see these drag marks of heading down a corridor to what looks to be like a service lift. For this building, that's where the drag marks end. You can see there's a stairwell heading down, and there's also this lift. And that's where the drag marks end of the lift.
I think the stairwell's probably the best option for us.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, as you start to head down the stairs, you hear a rattling noise from just inside the wall. The grinding of gears and the rattling of chains. There's a creaking of... You can hear as the lift is starting to ascend as you start to head down the stairs.
Is it an open lift that we can see into it as it's coming up, or is it enclosed?
No, like the stairwell, so you can see where the lift is at the top, there's like this metal grating that's probably was left open. It's not very safety conscious. So if you want to drop down the lift shaft, now she checks. But yeah, the stairwell sort of winds around the lift, but is not open to the lift.
Is somebody good at hiding?
I'm okay at it.
Because then you could, hide somewhere here and see who's taking the lift, what they're doing, while we go.
Would that be stealth, Keeper?
Yeah, that would be stealth. Yeah, that is
I'll give
art
it a
of
go.
hiding.
I'll spend the 13 15 points of luck to make that a success.
Okay, so you crouching on top of the stairs, and as the lift rattles to the top, you see it comes to a stop, and two figures get out. Two guys, sort of workman's clothes. Sort of, you hear as they get out. There's even more. What more does he need? I don't even know what half that stuff does. I don't know. Looks like half of it's, might blow up in our faces. What do you want to move it all down there for? There's perfectly good rooms up here. I don't know why they couldn't leave it back where they came from. This is an utterly ridiculous place to be doing out in. Owl, right? Oh god, what's that even fit in the lift? I'm not taking it down the stairs. And they sort of head on down towards the lobby.
Can I make a spot hidden check on the stuff that they're moving?
So that'll be, they're heading sort of down towards the entranceway where you came in, where you saw there's this large bits of machinery that were bits you've previously seen in Pawel's workshop in
Okay, alright, so there's nothing really... I guess, can I do a spot hidden check on them? See if they have any weapons or identity
Looking at them,
markers.
you see they're two sort of burly looking gentlemen. You can give me a spot hidden, if you're looking if they're carrying weapons. Yeah, that would be appropriate. You don't see any, like, obvious weaponry on them, no. Yeah, they head off in the direction of the hall where you first entered.
Okay. Once I think that they're out of earshot, is there any place that I could look that we haven't really been able to take a good look at thus far, Keeper?
So you've come in the main hall of this place. You've walked down a corridor to a lift and a stairwell. There is the entirety of the ground floor, all of the upper floors,
I meant
and
in
whatever
the general...
lies below. Like,
I asked that question poorly. I apologize. I meant like in the general vicinity. I know there's places in general that we haven't gone, but like looking down the lift, or I don't know.
looking down the lift. I mean, currently the lift is on the upper floor, so if you look into the lift, you see
lift. It like down. Like, is there any cracks or anything? He's just trying to be thorough.
I mean, looking into the lift. Currently, it's the lift. It is there. The stairwell sort of goes down towards the lower floor, where the others have still. I think. Have you stopped like partway down the stairwell, or have you continued on without Basil?
I think we'd probably head down whilst Basil's
Okay, so you see the stairwell go
keeping
down.
watch, because otherwise we would have had to have hidden as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the other as Basil's like looking around at the top of this, like on the ground floor, the rest of you have gone downstairs, and at the bottom of the stairwell you see, like another sort of corridor. This one's shorter. It's a lot darker down here. The only light is like one like gas lantern, like hanging on a hook. Like there's no proper lighting down here. There's just one lantern hanging. You can see the drag marks continue further down this corridor. Yes.
I'll unhook the lantern and take it with us, so we've got a mobile light source with us.
Okay, so you carry this lantern and the light
Yeah, it does mean those two workmen coming back won't have any light.
flickers down. The corridor doesn't stretch very far, where it opens out.
But yeah, I'll take it with us.
There's a smell in the air down here. It smells of seaweed, and like there's a salt tang to it. And there's another. You see, at the end of this, there's another like short section of stair heading downwards, and you can hear voices from the bottom of that staircase. You can hear what would be a semi-familiar voice to you, and definitely a very familiar voice to Avery. You can hear Pawel's voice.
Hmm.
Yeah. This would be easier if you brought my assistant here. He knows how these things go together. He's the one who put this thing together. I don't know what. Why couldn't you fetch him? I need my assistant. Look, no, not that way round. If you put it that way round, we're all going to die. Absolute idiot. What do they want me to do here? I have a better place to work. This is not a better place to work. No. Other way. That's what you can hear from the bottom of that stair. Do you really want to go down there, or wait and see if Basil catches up, or if anyone else catches up?
We're not rushing, so Basil will probably end up catching us. I don't know. We're probably going to stop at the bottom, I'm guessing.
It depends. Are you stopping at the top of the staircase, or are you heading down?
Head down.
Head down.
Okay, you head down. There's this short, quite steep staircase. You can see there's scratch marks on the stairs and like a couple of scrapes on the walls where it looks like someone has had to maneuver some quite heavy machinery down these slippery steps. And at the bottom, it opens out into a cave. This large, open space. The smell of like salt and sea is stronger in here, and you can see this quite large cavern space. There's sort of a ledge running around the upper side, and then this sunk lower area at the center. And like Pawel's equipment and his sort of, what remains of his last prototype, the one you saw in action a couple of nights ago, is being set up in the center of this room, quite close by to like this pool of water in the center. Pawel's there, sort of fiddling around with things and shouting instructions to this quite tall, like heavy-set man who's like trying to follow Pawel's instructions, like hefting things around. And Avery, you can see clearly, like, this man does not know what he's doing. He's doing as Pawel says, but he's clearly like not trained in setting this up. And I want the three of you to give me another luck roll here, please, at this point. Let's see if your luck is still holding.
Come on. I'm just gonna go out there and yell at them.
I was gonna say you're gonna get spotted, and yeah, definitely, like, your luck does not hold out.
I just can't look at this. This is atrocious.
Like, you step out, like, the shot takes you. In fact, actually, like, the ground is a little slippery on your feet, and you like slither down the last few of the steps in like whoa, this can't be like, yeah, with a bump, sort of land at the bottom, and both Pawel and the man he's with sort of turn to look in your direction. See the three of you, Avery like sprawled at the bottom of the steps, and the other two a little higher up.
I'll reach down and give Avery a hand up.
And
Sorry.
Pawel go, Avery, at last! This seems sense. Come on, give me a hand over here.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell was this about? Why is the stuff down here? And I'm just gonna walk up there and.
Prendergast said it would work better down here. Something about the like air pressure. You might have a point. He told me to try down here. Look, he's paying. He's funding this thing. He's giving me.
So
I'm gonna have my own like entire like purpose-built like workshop. If I can prove it works here, we'll get the proper one.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but at the same time, didn't he want like bigger portals?
Yeah, that was a slip of the tongue. I think he didn't mean bigger. He meant better.
Yeah, because bigger would make it worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. Yeah. But also, he seems to think that if we direct the power of the sun in here, the dampness will mean that nothing will catch fire. Like, it's hard to burn down a cave.
That's true. Though, would that be a problem if all the steam in here in that enclosed space?
I should vent out. There's a crack up there, and that if you go carrying that way, it goes to the sea. So we've got plenty of cooling water. I've got this pipe plumbed in down here to this hole. Yeah. So I think if there's anywhere to safely like call upon the power of the sun, it's here.
Fair enough. I'm gonna start helping him to put the thing together.
Okay, so Avery like hurries to start helping Pawel. Yes. What are Martin and Nigel doing?
I think Martin will wander over. He's not technically minded, but he's going to have a look around to see if the book's here, for example, and have just a look of the area, see what items are down here, if there's any weapons, and...
Alright, give me a spot hidden as you look around. As Pawel sees you running close, he goes, you! If you just... Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't recognise you for a sec. You're in on this as well. I was going to ask you to screw that gasket in, but...
I'd hoped to fund this, but Pendergast got there first.
Well,
I was hoping to get you a nice dry laboratory. Well, workshop, sorry, not laboratory, yes.
Well,
Something else.
if this works, I could be tempted. I'm not sure about this whole unlit cave thing. So,
You need the fresh air.
do you mind screwing that gasket in whilst you're over there?
And while they're doing that, I'm going to be looking around to see if I can find anything that, or see anything that, like specifically that Pendergrass may have left as part of the machine to be built. If he made any kind of changes, or
Yeah, give me a spot here. So you look around, you can see there's this machinery that Pawel's working on the center. There's a sort of a big like a work table, like a trestle table with a bunch of papers like weighted down at the edge with various like bits of machinery and lumps of metal. And spread out on there is sort of blueprints. Looks to be in Pawel's hands, the blueprints, but there are a few like additions and changes and things circled and scribbled on it in different handwriting all across them. You don't know enough really about machining to know like what it means, but it does look like sort of Pawel's revised plans for those machines with a few sort of additions by another hand.
On that note, the extra assistant here who's sort of been helping, do you work for Dr. Pendergast or this gentleman Nordström?
And the rest.
Has he paid you? Well, how long have you been paid for? You're not very talkative.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if I could pay you to consider your work complete here. No.
And I'll sort of sidle up to Martin and talking as if I just know these things. I'll say, look, well, Professor Nordstrom, Martin, looks like there have been some changes made to the diagrams. Did someone...
Yes, Pendergast had some wonderful suggestions for a man of, not a man of science. He has some quite exciting insights into the workings of this whole thing. Yes, I've never met a man with quite such good understanding of this.
So what exactly does he want to change? And I'm just dropping everything basically and take a look at the.
He wants to change by essentially not having a circle, like a gate anymore, but having if we set up like a perimeter around, and then the like sort of opening the energy within that will allow this flood and burst of energy enough to heat the water that we're pumping out. Points to the hole in the center of the room. So water comes up, sunburst heats it, steam, turbine.
So we don't even have the boiler in the first place. We have directly. Interesting.
Yeah. So the pipe just here instantly turns to steam, turns that turbine over there, and you see those bulbs we've got set up down the far end. Light, perfect test. And we don't need to even fully breach the borders anymore. We just need to weaken them a little, enough to let through a touch of the fire, a touch of no need to actually open anything up and see anything. Just a little softening of the boundary.
Is there anything unusual about this assistant that's here? The fact they're not talking is a bit strange, but I mean, we've been talking about all sorts of things like fish people and things like that. Is there anything that makes this person appear less human?
He just looks like a tall, like heavy-set man.
Nothing fishy about it.
Talkative fella.
There's nothing. Okay.
All right, Basil. At this point, we're having a little poke around upstairs. The others had gone down. What do you want to do?
Drink. Basil wants to drink. Somehow he senses fuckery emanating from beneath him. He just can feel it in his bones. He's going to make his way slowly down the stairs.
Okay, you make your way down the stairs. You can see a Avery, Pawel, I think Martin and Nigel as well, sort of around this trestle work table with the plans on it. What's a little further back, this sort of workman stands there, waiting for further instruction. He doesn't really know how to put any of this together without instructions.
Can I do because I don't recognize him, can I do a spot hidden on him? Or psychology?
He's not someone you recognize. He's a big, burly
Gotcha.
set workman.
Yeah, precisely. Actually, can I do a psychology check on him? Because I don't know.
What are you trying to determine here?
I'm trying to determine if he has any latent hostility. I'm just trying to get a
read on. Watching and waiting. There's an air of sort of wary, like watchfulness to him, but yeah.
Okay.
Particular.
All right, so no psychology then.
I don't think one's required at this point. Like,
okay.
He's a workman.
All right.
He's there.
I'll check him for a weapon, but other than that,
and you can't see him carrying any weapons. He's just wearing a shirt.
I'll just roll in. I just.
No, you're not.
Fuck.
I've got nothing to tell you. I'm sparing you a roll here. You can't
no. When I say
it.
roll in, I mean I walk in.
Okay. Yeah,
not yet. No. No, I don't roll without your permission. I don't roll without your permission.
Like, some things don't require a roll.
I agree.
Yeah.
I should have used better verbiage. I walk in. That would have saved us the trouble.
You can't just go roll in places in a game with dice. That just causes confusion.
I just roll in.
Keep rolling.
Yep.
So Basil combat rolls down the stairs. Basil walks down the stairs into the cave.
This biscuit is not limp, folks. I promise you. So I just walk in.
Yeah, you walk
Hi.
in.
And there you go.
I do have a question, Nordström. Have you put any extra safety precautions in place?
Well, cave can't burn down. Not making actual hole, probably best. Yes, not
I was
making
thinking like a quick way to shut it down should it go wrong.
Yes. Big lever, painted red.
You're not thought of putting like an additional fail-safe in place?
Well, I think at that point, just hammer.
Oh, fair enough. If it moves, hit it with a hammer. If it should move, and anyway, no. Yes, I understand.
You mean this stuff?
Fine. Like, what's going to happen? We're down here in a cave. Like, nothing can catch fire. Everything is damp.
That's true. Everything's damp, but isn't it electricity? No.
The electricity bit is up there in the dry bit.
That's okay.
As long as no one gets water up on the electric bit, we should be fine. Like, water is involved. The steam. There's always water.
Did you get your book back, by the way?
No. They've got it upstairs.
Yeah, the doctor's probably still got that then.
And you hear at this point a distant rattling sound of the lift. Coming back down again.
Well, I'm just going to stay there and keep looking over the plans and.
Well, do that, Avery. Give me a hand setting up the.
Sure.
The turbine bit. This guy's just an idiot, local idiot that they seem to have found.
Yeah, look. Honestly, he seems like there's not actually anything in there.
No, Pendergast hired some locals. They don't really seem to know anything, and I asked if he could send you down. He said that no, you were otherwise engaged. And honestly, I'm glad you finally made it.
I mean, I had to ask Mr. White here to hire 2 detectives to find out where he exactly sent the stuff.
Honestly, it would be easier to send you down here to start, right? But now you're here, we can finally get it working.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Yes. And you can hear what sounds like muffled swearing from the corridor above, and the sound of something very heavy being dragged.
Yeah, I think I'll try to position myself somewhere which is not obviously out of sight, but out of sight.
Yeah.
Stealth, or I'm just trying to position myself so I'm not noticed as quickly as the
stand out the way. That'd be fine. You can, if you're actively trying to hide, you'll give me a stealth roll. But if you're just standing out the way, then that's
casually just looking.
We don't have a roll for nonchalance option.
We should have.
There's so many skills in Call of Cthulhu. We should make nonchalance.
That just be half my stealth roll. Anyway, no, it's okay. I'm just staying out of sight, but not actually actively hiding.
Okay, so yeah, you see, like a few minutes later, like the two guys that Basil saw earlier are like like manhandling a large piece of equipment down the stairs, accompanied by like a series of increasingly ban-worthy words that I'm not going to repeat. Like, wow, I mean, you thought you'd heard some strong language before, and you're in the police, but wow, these gentlemen,
They
that's a
swear
new
like
one.
sailors.
In fact, I'm very wearing like sailors. And as they see like, unless they're like, standing out the way as well, like Basil and Nigel, people like, can you give us a hand with this thing?
Sure. I'm gonna wait. Basil and Nigel, never mind. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, I see Avery's like doing stuff, like looks busy.
Yeah, I'll help.
Oh, hey,
Are they paying you well for this?
I mean, yeah, I won't be doing it otherwise.
Oh, good. Well,
It's
good.
better than
good,
working
good,
a boat. Or, I
good.
mean, it's off season. There's not many tourists in town.
Understood. Here, you know, you gotta lift with. You're lifting with your back. You gotta lift with your legs, mate.
Oh no, I did my knee in on the first lot.
I can tell. Here. Let me help you. Do I need to make a roll for this, or is it just?
I think this is going to be a strength roll. Let's see. Let's see how well.
Can I push it? Keeper.
Yes.
Let me sell
yes,
you on it.
But if you fail it, you're going to put your back out.
That's fine. I've done that in real life. Why not in fantasy? Hard success.
Yeah, you succeed. You managed to.
Oh,
this
now
bit
I'm
of
doing the
equipment
same
in
thing,
place.
and I start lifting with my legs like a proper man.
I told you you should use your legs.
Yeah. Nigel, don't hurt yourself helping, brother.
No,
it's
I
all fine.
won't. I won't. I was just watching you to make sure, spot you in case you hurt your back or something. But
You're about to spot this boot up your ass, Nigel.
all right,
Get over
so,
there and get.
All right, so
on.
I'll go on and help. Do you need a strength roll on that?
Yeah. Sorry.
Mm.
I'm looking at
Bumble.
something in my own little world. Oh, it's quite heavy. You can't quite unless you want to.
I'll spend
3 points of luck.
Yeah, I'll spend that.
Yeah,
Good.
lifting it into place. It's all going well. Right. We're gonna go back and get the last bit. Do you want to come with us?
No. Take a 10-minute break, and then if you need help coming down the stairs, we'll help you. We're not getting
We'll
paid
shout
for
you
this.
to the top of the stairs.
Wait, no, that is literally not what I just. I'm not arguing with you. No, hell no. If you need help coming down the stairs, we'll help you. If not, then you won't need the help.
I just need those stairs. I'm not.
Oh.
Death trap those stairs.
Are you getting paid?
Yes.
Am I getting paid?
Being paid for?
I don't know. I assume so.
I shoot
Well,
them both. I kill them.
Anyway,
both.
it's good that the boss brought on extra people. It's going to make this go a lot faster. All right. They head on to get the rest of the equipment.
I hate so many people, Nigel. I'm whispering this. I'm yell whispering.
Oh, they deserve it too. So
It's not even them. Like I get it. They need the money and they're tired, so they're gonna look for help. But we are helping people make a death trap for the entire world.
yes, but just think of all the electricity.
Nigel,
Yes.
I sometimes can't tell if you
Good.
actually like me or not.
Of course I do. But I can't
Nigel?
let you just. Yes.
Stop being so Nigel-esque.
No, I won't. So what do you think so far?
I think that coming down those stairs after lurking about was really anticlimactic, just to see you all standing around the table being a bunch of fucking.
Well, we were having a valuable discussion. I mean, I noticed that there were differences in the diagrams and brought it up, and it seems to have
What did they
stimulated.
change? What did they change? Is it good news or is it bad news?
I have no idea. I just noticed there were changes, so I just walked up and acted as if I knew everything and said, "Oh, I see there are changes in the diagrams."
So it was like you being a police officer all over again. Fantastic.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Yep.
did they make things bigger? Did they make things smaller? Did they?
They made things different, and then Avery took over, and he was smart.
You know what? He might be the death of us all, but I like that kid. He's going places. Probably in the place where that silvery tendril god came from, but he's going places. So who made the changes?
It was in a different handwriting than Nordstrom's, so I'm going to guess maybe it was Pendergast.
So I remember when we had a little visit with him.
Yeah, I do.
And he kind of like told us like the things that he was good and not great at, and he didn't list mechanical, whatever the much stickle thing it is. That's not good. That's not good. That's bad. Nigel, that's bad. That's bad news. Nigel?
Yes, Basil?
Yeah, that's bad news. And when I was like, hey, you know what we should do? We should probably just burn down the awful society and just be done with it. And you're all like, oh no, you couldn't do that. What if the fire spreads? That would be terrible. So 3 houses of rich people burning down is so bad. But the fate of the entire world resting on a mad scientist, a smarter mad scientist, and Avery, who's somewhere between the 2 mad scientists, Martin White's greed, although I do like him and his curiosity, and you being a snarky lad. And then there is me, the arsonist, and I am the unreasonable one.
Yes, you are.
And I just walk away.
Okay, just to be clear, are you walking away to another part of this cave, or are you leaving?
I
this
don't
cave?
know, Keeper. I'm just picking a direction.
Important.
I walk into the water and let nature take its
Yeah,
course.
because literally, if you walk one direction, this cave seems to open out into the sea.
Blah 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 blah. Fish people start throwing hands.
As you walk out, you can see that there's a cave entrance that you feel like at high tide would be completely full of water, and at low tide you'd be able to walk out and around a bit.
I'm going to inspect that area. I'll inspect that area.
The tide is coming in, and it's halfway up, and you figure that if you could wade or swim, you could probably leave this direction, but at the moment you'd be a very cold and wet
soggy
exit.
man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna walk as close as I can to that area and look for fish people.
Give me a spot hidden. You can in fact look for fish people.
I'm looking for fish people. Fishy, fish here, fishy, 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 fishy.
You see movement.
Spend the 5.
Yeah, Keeper, is it worth spending the 5? Will I gain something?
No, you're not going to see any more with an extreme success than you see with a hard, which is you see movement.
Fish
and
people
you
movement?
See around the corner of the cave something. A webbed, wet hand, and a second, and staring back at you around the corner of this cave are a pair of wide, fish-like eyes and this hairless, almost flat-nosed face leering at you round the corner of the cave. And Basil, would you give me a sanity roll, please?
Yeah, I know. Chat, what did I tell you? I told you I was going to pay for my sins. You all think that the Keeper is this nice, sweet Keeper.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what she is? Diabolical. She dabbles in the dens of iniquity, okay? And just hard success.
Enjoy seeing you suffer.
It
brings me great joy in life.
You sound like my parents. Okay, so hard success on it.
Okay, it's just there for a moment. You will lose, I think, 1 point of sanity still. Let me just check what the sanity loss for these guys is. But yeah, they're gone quickly. There's a splash as they disappear back.
Hey, whoa, hey,
no,
come back. I'm going to say, come back. No, I don't mean you any harm. You are the least of my concerns right now.
Well, what harm? We weren't.
Nigel, I will slap the shit out of you. I'm talking to the fish people.
What?
Fish people. Can I do a charm roll? Can I do a charm roll to get the fish people to come back? Nigel, don't get hit.
You have to try and call the fish people back.
I summoned them with here, fishy, fishy, fishy. I'm trying to get them to come back.
Okay, so this is still happening. I think everyone else is still back for fiddling with machines back there. So Basil's down here I'm gonna say that's yeah. Give me a charm roll. Let's see if you can you can summon.
Oh yeah, I'm spending that luck, keeper. I'm spending that luck. I
So
want these fish.
you sort of call out with the literally here fish,
Yeah, I'm like, no, come back, people, please.
and you see the flash of movement. It like peers up at you, these wide eyes, and then it beckons to you.
Can I do a psychology roll on
Yes.
it? Okay. Trying to see if I'm about to get got. Success.
It's not a human person. It's quite hard to be sure what that face is telling you, but it seems to want you to come into the water.
And I know and I believe that it understood me.
It does seem like it understood you.
Oh, hey! I'm not a strong swimmer, so I don't want to get into the water.
Basil, where are you going?
And this is a point you see Basil seems to be talking to the water outside the
Right.
cave.
Yeah.
Yo, Nigel, hold on. Stay there.
The fishes have gone.
God damn it, Nigel.
What? What do
Come
you?
here.
I've seen. I've
Come
seen this on your face before the other day.
Come here.
What? I'm here.
Come here.
I'm here.
You're
What?
sitting right next to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Look me in the eye. Do you see me? You see me now?
I see you, Basil.
Okay. I was talking to
And I see what, and I'm seeing what I saw the other night when the tendrils came out, and you were not the same after that. What's going on here?
I literally just told you. I've said it 3 times
Fit-
now.
You said fish people.
Yeah, I was talking to the fish people. I just saw fish people.
Where?
They ran away. The ceiling. The fucking water, Nigel.
Okay.
I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for yelling.
That's quite all right. I'm used
No,
to
it's
it.
not okay. I should not yell at you. That was
I'm
disrespectful.
Basil. I'm used to it. It's part of our repertoire, our
Yes,
relationship.
You are used to it, and you know what? Maybe that's a bad thing actually. So here, I'm gonna walk you through what happened.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay. I got mad at you because you're vexing.
Yes.
I walked towards the water, thinking about drowning all of you. I love to live, but I was thinking about drowning all of you. Okay, but I wasn't gonna do it, mostly because you're all fast. It'd be hard to track you down. I see fish people, and I'm like, oh, that's bad. But now I know that they exist. So in a span of like 48 hours, I'm familiar with fish people. They swim away. Okay? They are ugly as fuck, by the way. Like they make me, and I know I'm ugly, look like Prince Charming, as opposed to Prince Harming. Anyway, I call them back, so we know that they can understand us on some level. Okay? And then, they were like, "Come in the water," and I was like, "Oh no, that's a bad idea. I'm not doing that." And so I lied about not being able to swim. I'm an okay swimmer, okay? And then you kept doing the thing where you don't listen to me, and because I kept saying, "Hold on, I'm talking to the fish people," and then you took that as an invitation to be loud and maybe talk to you again, and then they left. But I can confirm that they do exist.
I can't quite agree with your attempting to go be with the fish people.
I wasn't trying to be. If I was going to be with the fish people, I'd be wet right now. That doesn't sound good. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Well, can you call them back?
It worked once. Here, fishy.
There is no movement in the water. Nobody comes.
See, Basil, I'm concerned for you because the other night when I saw what came out in the tendrils, I mean, you were screaming your full head off, and I do not want that for you again.
I don't want that for me again. But here's a great idea, or not an idea. It's actually sad, but like here's the truth. So, after you see the electric death tendril god, fish people are just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like going from London to like another city that's not as big and glamorous. Like it's nice, but it's not. It doesn't really measure up. We'll keep this between you and I until we get back.
I think that's a really, really good idea.
Yeah, I have usually not those. You're the idea person. I'm the people person. But every now and again, I have a moment. So, let's get back there because I don't trust. Well, I was gonna say I don't trust anyone but us. But oddly enough, I do trust White and Collins. Goddamn
Okay.
fucking fish people.
While Basil and Nigel were off talking about fish
Fishes.
people, what have Martin and Avery been up to? Martin, are you still trying to put this thing together? Or, not Martin, Avery, are you trying to still put this thing together?
Yeah, I would like to. I would like an assessment of my own brain of those changes and of that, of what they did there. From what you told me, this sounds like a better idea than I had, and that would be exciting, which might be a problem.
Okay, give me a roll with any of your sort of mechanical skills, whatever you feel is most appropriate for this. I can't remember exactly which one you have.
Engineering, probably.
Yeah, engineering, that sounds appropriate.
Hmm.
Like, you get the impression whatever's been done here is unusual, but you're not really sure if that's good unusual or bad unusual.
All right.
Whilst I'm looking at it, I'm not really mechanically minded, but I did have a look at some of the stuff to do with this. Is there a way this could be sabotaged to prevent it from working?
Okay, give me a roll with, I guess, mechanical repair, or if you have another
Yeah.
more appropriate skill.
I go with mechanical repair. I'm just thinking if I could put that cheese I bought somewhere in the machine to ruin it. But we shall see. I'm not very good at this, but you never know. Nope, that's
Yeah, you think if you shove cheese in that hole there, that'll definitely like sabotage this entire thing. You're
I'll
very
do
much
that.
certain of that, yeah.
I'll do that. I didn't want the cheese in my pocket anyway.
It's just gonna catapult the cheese at high velocity through the room.
Very probably. But yeah, I'll do that. But I'll just have a look. But probably not make any success.
Right, Avery, are you fixing this thing up then? You're helping Pawel like get this thing operational or not?
Yeah, I'm helping. I mean, as far as I'm aware, this looks good. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, and I'm a little bit suspect, but as far as I understand,
Okay, give
It
me
should
give
be
me a
fine.
mechanical repair roll. Let's see how good you are at repairing.
do we need that be extreme?
No, hard is good enough. Repairs going well. You hear a few more muffled swears as the workmen get the last bits of equipment down here. They notably don't ask for Basil to help them. Like, I feel they feel slightly shamed by his attitude to them previously. They make a very good show of getting it down the stairs on their own. But yeah, there's outside the sun has set, so there's not like you can just make out from like the entrance, like the water entrance of the cave. The sun's set, the waters have risen enough to essentially close off that to anyone who's not prepared to do some swimming. And Avery, you and Pawel are getting this thing pretty much assembled to completeness when all of you hear the rattle of the lift again. The workmen are already down here, like helping Pawel put the last few bits of things together and just lifting and dragging things around. It sounds like somebody else is coming down to the cave.
Sure. I'm gonna just talk to Pawel, and I'm saying, should we give it a test run?
No, we should probably wait until Pendergast
Okay.
gets down here. He's
Fair
paying
enough.
for this whole thing. I think I heard him. Must be him, unless he's brought any more help. It was good of him to send all of you. I think I could have got it finished without you. Sounds like him on his way now.
I think I'll probably try to hide.
Okay, you're probably trying to hide this time.
This time,
Okay.
I don't know. Somewhere in the cave as such, just...
Alright, yeah, give me a stealth roll. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
you hear the
particularly...
the lift rattling down. You see Martin, like, do you want to spend those 8 points of luck?
I will, yeah.
Yeah, Martin. Oh wait, where's Martin? Martin's gone. As you hear the sound of footsteps approaching, Basil and Nigel, what do you want to do as you hear the sound of people approaching this cave? You're muted.
Yeah, the first thing I'd like to do is unmute myself. Would it be possible, beloved keeper, who I'm not sassing anymore, to do a listen check to see if I can hear specifically who is coming
Yes,
down?
yes,
Or
you
is it
can.
too loud?
Yes.
Okay, that's the
You
first
listen
thing.
out.
And depending on that roll, I might want to do something else if possible. I am so cooked.
You can hear footsteps coming, but you're not really sure beyond that. It's sort of muffled and echoey.
I'm just gonna stand where I am and just look natural because I have a story as to why I'm here and I believe in it.
Okay.
Now, are we highly visible where we are on the side of the cave? I mean, are we?
I mean, you're currently like the machine and stuff is like in the middle of the cave. If you stay like standing next to it, you're very immediately obvious to anyone walking in. You can try and like draw back to like the side of the cave and stand out the way, or you can try and hide like Martin did, or you can do something
I'll withdraw and try to be as small as
Yeah.
possible.
If I see
else.
Nigel do
If you're
that,
actively
I'll do
trying to
that.
hide, please give me a stealth roll, please. Ghost. Nigel is gone. So Basil's visible. Avery, I assume you're still.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm still there.
I hid when
Oh,
Nigel.
okay, Basil's
I
hidden
took
as
my
well. So it's
lever.
just Avery visible. Everyone else is hidden out of sight. As you see, two figures descending the stone steps into the cave. One of them is Pendergast, who you've met before. This somewhere in his 50s-ish gentleman with glasses, salt and pepper hair, smart suit. He's carrying sort of a book under one arm and walking in with an air of nonchalance. And beside him, walking down the steps, is a young woman in a smart dark blue dress and a little hat that's pinned on. And he's wearing a rather nice and very expensive looking necklace with a blue stone in it. And Martin you've sketched her before, so you definitely, you recognise her face. I don't think any of the rest of you have met her before.
Is she Miss Ward?
I did show him all the picture.
Yes, yeah, Martin's shown the picture, yes.
I'm not sure if I've met the employees of my sister.
No, like you wouldn't, as a relative of a maid, would not be invited to like attend the
So I don't know her.
You probably have heard her mentioned by description as the daughter of the Ward household, who doesn't live on the Ward estate anymore. But the gossip that you'd heard from your sister, there was some sort of family falling out, but you don't know the ins and outs.
All right.
But yeah, the two of them walk down, and Pendergast pauses for a minute, looking taken aback to see Avery there.
Hello.
Mr. Collins, I wasn't aware you had arrived. Like, all the workmen sort of turn to look at Mr. Collins and then look around, realizing that, like, hang on, where's the others gone?
Yeah, I mean, I had to. It took quite the while to get over here because I didn't.
I said we needed him from the
address.
beginning. Like,
Huh?
he's invaluable to the project. I said we needed him. I kept asking you to send him down. So Pawel sort of jumps in. Like, we need him.
Anyway, it worked all out. It's fine.
It's finished. Well, it's ready for a test run. I'm not sure if finished is the right word. We'll find out if it's finished or not in a moment. But thanks to Avery here and the others.
I assume they went back. They were just here to get me here. So.
Oh,
it
sorry,
doesn't-
didn't see them leave. The others?
I mean, I had like a detective hired to get the address because I didn't actually get them from the people that were, getting the equipment because they forgot where it went.
I see.
It was a whole mess. I'm telling you.
I apologize. A slight breakdown in communications there.
It happens. It happens.
Well, is it ready to test?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, you said the others were here? You brought the detectives with you?
I mean, we went with them up to where the machinery is, and I told them I wouldn't need them anymore. But
Can you give me a
you
fast
know,
talk roll, please, here, Avery?
that's gonna be fine. That can't go wrong at all. Yeah, this is I'm very obviously not entirely truthful.
I'm gonna walk out now, Kiefer, and I'm gonna say
Okay.
he's the boy is has the memory of a goldfish, but yet he is brilliant. Hello, my name is Basil Bloomsworth, and my partner who is back there, we're exploring the cave, is Nigel Hargreaves, and for being honest, we didn't really trust him to make his way down here by himself because he's a bit of a klutz. Along the way, we also picked up a acquaintance of ours, a Mr. Martin White, who was a investor, sort of. He was still looking to see what his standing was with the project. I think he's somewhere. He might have gone. Wait, let's see here. Mr. White, are you still around, or did you leave? I don't know where he is. He might have gone off by himself. But yes, it's a pleasure to meet all of you again. Well, some of you.
Quite the party we've got here, I see.
Oh, we're not having that much fun. Don't worry.
Well, this is a potentially dangerous test of equipment, and perhaps we should withdraw some of you upstairs whilst we carry out this test.
I was already here for the first one, and if you recall, we were potential investigators or investors. Sorry, it's been a day. That was a above table. That was a Mike slip, not a Basil slip.
Just have to roll with them.
Nope, absolutely not. That would be important. So anyway, we ended up giving our money to Mr. White to have him invest in it because he's more financially prudent and sound than we are. But we were there during the first big test run, so to speak. So we're more than fine to stick around here and see what our potential money might be going.
Well,
towards.
I'm Pendergast. They say they're fine. If they're willing to take the risks, then I say we let them stay. Whatever we're about to observe is going to be
historic.
Historic? Yes, exactly. And the more witnesses to it, the more chance that anyone will believe us that this works.
Especially us vaunted detectives.
Bloomsworth, did you say your name was?
The one and only Basil Bloomsworth, yes.
Can't say it rings a bell, but
I'm on the ascent. We're on the ascent.
Oh, that's good to hear. And right, your colleagues here too?
Martin White was here. He might have left. Here's the thing: with people who have wealth, you never know what they're gonna do. They just walk around doing stuff. Honestly, half the time I felt like I was a chaperone. You just walk around saying rich people stuff like pish posh, and what's this doohickey do? Rather annoying. I was like, that's a doorknob, sir. But you know.
Well, if we're here, then we're here. I suppose we cut to the chase, set this thing running, and see if the improvements worked. Mr. Nordström, do you want to do the honors, or your assistant here?
I mean, if somebody deserves the honors, it's you, right? It's your money that's been going into it.
I'm no mechanic. I think I'd probably leave this to the experts.
Fair enough. And I'm gonna pull the lever.
Pull the on lever. Okay. So, like, Nordstrom takes a few quick steps back. Pendergast also takes a few steps back as this thing starts rattling into life. Miss Ward stands her ground, stays where she's standing. Currently, Basil's out in the open. Is Nigel still hiding somewhere?
Yes.
Like a
Yes.
ghost in the shadows. And Martin, I assume, are you still hiding?
Yeah, still hiding. I would have looked around to grab a rather sharp-looking stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Just in
Martin's
case.
crouched in the shadows with a rock in his hand. Avery's up there pulling the lever. Basil, you were sort of up front near
I'm probably
everyone else.
near. Yeah, I'm probably standing next to Mrs. Ward.
Yeah. Okay. The thing rattles into motion, a grinding of gears and a strong smell of cheese. That's it. So things click and turn and begin to stir into motion. Things spinning on the top, and the whole room sort of buzzes for a moment. And then powers down. We must have missed something. We must have missed something. Pavel leans in like something's
Why
not
does it
quite
smell
working.
like cheese?
I don't know. It should not smell like cheese. He kind of pokes it at a moment, and then there's as it stirs back into life again. Some blocked pipe. Melted. He glares towards the workman. Which of you idiots put cheese in this? And the thing stirs into motion again with a buzzing and a clattering of machinery. And please, at any point during this description, if anyone wants to do something, please do interrupt me. As this thing stirs into motion, like metal posts sparking and stuttering in the air. And the air above the machine, the air in the cave, sort of ripples and warps. And for a moment you see almost like your view of the cave sort of shrinks and stretches. The best way to describe it would be if you've seen like a camera changing sort of focal length. Like it's sort of, you're still seeing the same thing, but it sort of warps and moves in a way as your focus shifts and changes. And it does it again, sort of a pulse, like a heartbeat. And you hear whispers in the air. You hear a splash of something falling into the water, but there's nothing there. There's a gunshot. Echoes loudly, enough that you jump out your skin. And then whispers, chants in the air, and strange greenish glow starts to flicker across the cave, and you hear a woman's voice, not Miss Ward's, another woman's voice chanting. And as this chant builds, the green light flickers over this room.
This is not what's supposed to be happening right now from what the plan said, right?
You didn't quite understand what the plan said.
Yeah, from what I was told earlier either. So I'm gonna look at the others. Does Pavel look like this is expected?
Pavel's staring into the air with like wide eyes. I need everyone at this point to make me a sanity roll, please. Because
As we hear Maddie chanting.
Strange. You can hear chanting. You can see sort of strange flickers of shapes. People stirring and moving. But most of you are holding it together. Basil, please roll me 1d6, please. And make me an intelligence roll, please. Oh, Basil. Sweet Basil. You lose 6 points of sanity. And I need you to roll me a d10 as that is more than 5. And you succeeded on your intelligence roll, so you know that this is not okay. This is some weird nonsense. You're entering a bout of madness here. That's... Oh, Basil. Why is it always Basil? Yeah, please roll me 1d10. Let's see what Okay, an obsession. A mania, an obsession overtakes you. And I'll roll me a d100 3 times. Let's see if the table comes up with anything good. If not, I'm picking something. Okay, that gives us 9. No, 46. That's just a little bit random. No. Sorry, bear with me a moment. There's so many good things. I'm trying to decide whether any of these are suitable. Basically, it's a new obsession taking over Basil's life. A new, like, a compulsion, an obsession. It could be a focus in a particular subject area.
I have an idea.
Yeah, if you've got an idea.
I do have an idea.
Yeah.
I am now, I think, obsessed with. So just so I understand this, I'm staring at this thing and I can hear a gunshot and a woman's voice. So I feel like I'm like looking back in time. Is that a fair presumption?
Potentially, yes.
I am now obsessed with scientific theory about time travel and related subject matter.
Okay, yes. An obsession with time travel and time and stepping through time and the possibility of what that could bring. Yes. It's planted in your mind like.
Okay. Thank you for letting me do that, Keeper.
Yeah.
Means a lot.
Ernie talked about ghosts. He talked about this place being haunted. He talks about things, and you realize in this subject you are seeing back in time. You are seeing through to events that have happened here before, and the fact that this is possible. Just so many possibilities spinning out in your brain. So many obsessions. Yeah. The rest of you, like, you're seeing this, but you're sort of, I don't know. You're seeing this with a like. Perhaps you're not quite even understanding what you're seeing. Like, you're not having the same sort of realization that Basil has. This is it's a pretty light show. It's pretty it's strange noises and sort of things, but you've not got quite this glimpse of understanding that Basil has. This reality, what is going on here.
Do we get electricity out the other end of the?
You hear the crackle, and you see the turbine start to spin. And the bulbs along the side flicker into life. And Pavel, like, yes! 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 He just hugs Avery, like, yes! Yes!
I'm gonna shut it down again. I mean, like, it worked, but what the hell was the light show?
No! You fool! What are you doing? Just destroyed the
I'm gonna shut down the machine again.
No, turn it back on.
What?
Turn it back on, god damn it. The possibilities are endless. Don't you see? Don't you see? We had a moment in time. And then through one moment in time, you can see everything that's connected to it. And then further connections, and more into that one singular focus point. That focal point in time tells you everything. It is a linchpin of understanding the past and the future.
I'm gonna flick him for the
The forehead?
Forehead, thank you. In front of the forehead. Because that is not how Basil talks. At all.
No.
Very obviously not.
No, unhand me, you uncouth rapscallion. Turn the machine back on.
Hey, Mr. Bloomsworth. Perhaps that is enough for now. We will have a chance to explore this further later. But I'm glad you see, don't you? You see the true potential of this, the one that...
It's the potential for everything.
Exactly.
Everything leading up to in our humans' history has meant nothing until this moment, but for what it could contribute for us to study. We can no longer understand time as a terminus. No, it is all a constant all. Time is ubiquitous now.
Exactly.
As my insanity ran off, Keeper, I'm so bad at I don't remember how long it kept going, or how long it should be going for.
Like, this mania is essentially the actual activeness of it is sort of only for a few rounds, but it is within you.
I
like,
get that part.
Like, it rises to the fore for a few rounds, but this is a sort of a permanent thought in the back of your mind that may return at inopportune moments. Yes, Mr. Bloomsworth. You see, even Pendergast didn't quite understand the full possibility of what we were doing here. He
I
was
didn't.
thinking limitedly, space, you know, time. It's a whole other dimension to this work.
What
Whole
he
other
was
frontier.
what he was conceptualizing is just going to be a mere byproduct of the potentials that we could have here.
Indeed.
Please flip the switch.
No.
Please.
Come. Mr. Bloomsworth, maybe we should retire upstairs. Take Pendergast? Yes. We can come. Everyone, all of you. Let's go somewhere slightly less damp and discuss what this means. This successful test, what this means.
Sure.
Nordstrom, Collins, Mr. Bloomsworth, please, follow me. And Miss Ward, of course. Let's
Fine.
discuss the true scope of this. This is just the first step. And I'm sorry, Lucy, for doubting you on... I'm sorry for doubting you, Lucy. You were right. It worked. And he sort of gestures you up towards the stairs, sort of head upstairs into the rest of Albrook. Are you following Basil
Yeah.
and Avery?
I am following.
It's hard for me to leave that machine. I'm looking at it almost as if it's my entire world.
They can explain that to you. You get all the Einstein stuff now.
I'm
You know, with
standing-
space time and shit.
Einstein is an idiot compared to the genius in this area.
I'm just gonna drag him with me.
Oh God, I told Nigel that the fish people, it was just so banal at this point.
Fish people?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Oh well.
We can turn that machine on. You can see you can see what I saw.
Yeah, let's do that tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it takes some encouragement to get Basil sort of upstairs from away from the well, let's call it what it is, the time machine in the basement. Pavel sort of scurrying on eagerly after Ward and Pendergast, leaving the rather terrified looking workman staring at this thing in the basement. And Martin and Nigel, who are still hidden back in the shadows, you watched this thing go down, but you didn't. You could hear the conversation going on between Basil and Miss Ward, but you perhaps lost a couple of sentences that were quieter, but you did hear what they were talking about. And as everyone else sort of heads on upstairs, what are the two of you doing?
I will come out. I'll be looking for Martin to see if he does the same.
Yeah, I'll be coming out as well, heading towards them. See how the workmen have taken it.
And I'll be looking at the machine.
I did not get paid enough for ghosts. I
Fair
heard
enough.
that was ghosts. The ghost machine.
It is a ghost machine. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you some money. I'll pay you now. And I'd say just call it quits, find somewhere, get some nice drinks in you. You'll be fine.
I am going to ask for a credit rating roll of how much you've got in your pocket, whether it's enough to outbid what Pendergast has been paying these people. Yep.
Just pay him
Yeah,
to
come
have
on,
them go.
drinks. Let's get out of here.
And so it's just myself and Nigel left down here now.
Right.
And
Mhm.
the other guy, the big work guy, he did not leave. Just the two that have been lugging goods. The one that was helping Pavel previously is still sort of kind of stood there waiting for instruction.
Ah. You're a good workman, aren't you? Good. Anyway, Nigel, what do you reckon we should do?
While he's talking and talking to the other people, I'm looking at the machine just to see if I see anything. I don't know that I would or not, but
Give me a roll, engineering or a mechanical repair. Yeah. By the way, I didn't give it to Basil earlier because he just stepped into the room and hadn't had enough time with this man. But if you wants to give me a psychology roll on this guy, you can do at this point. You've seen enough of him to know that something's not quite right. Sorry, Basil. I I feel mean for not letting you have this earlier. It's just
Which
personal. I
one
just
of
don't
us?
like you.
I
Which
get
one of
it.
us to do the psychology roll? I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'll do one because I'm trying to see how easily led he is if he can basically do whatever he's told. That's a fail. Oh, actually, it's only 5 points. I'll spend 5 points.
Okay. Yeah, it's beyond like him just not quite grasping what's going on or being uncommunicative. Like, there's just something unnatural about this man's whole aspect and attitude. Like throughout this film, he's almost moved like he has obeyed Pawel. You haven't noticed him obeying anyone else.
So, do you take orders from anyone?
Mm.
Just Pendergast?
Mm.
Miss Ward?
Mm.
Ah, you work for Miss Ward. I thought it was Dr. Pendergast you worked for, but you work for Miss Ward.
Mm.
Okay. Anyway. Great conversation.
Mm.
Well, Mr. Hargreaves,
Yes.
probably need to push this in the water.
Yeah.
I think if it's is the machine close enough to the water to the central bit? I'm just wondering, is it close enough to?
It's quite a distance. It's like several. It's probably about like.
It's not right.
4 or 5
on the
meters from
edge.
the edge of the water. Like, it would take a bit of a push. There's a pipe leading down into the water.
Mm.
Like, it would take a bit of a heave and a push to get it
Yeah,
actually
we
into
wouldn't
the
be able
hole
to
into the
do
water.
that. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Mm.
I'm assuming there's the technical drawings and stuff like that, isn't there?
Yes, they're all there.
I'll have a look at those and probably pick them up. To be fair.
And is there any obviously critical mechanical piece of it that we can take that would just prevent them from quickly restarting the machine?
You're not entirely sure. There's bits you could pull off it. You're not sure which ones are critical and would be unrepairable. Not sure what would be unrepairable and what they'd manage to fix easily. But you can have a go and pull some bits off it if you want.
I'll be looking at the drawings. I'll be trying to distract the not so bright helper.
The helper, he's watching the machine.
He's watching the machine, but not anything else.
Yeah, not anything else.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take the papers.
Yeah, you can take the papers.
And I'll keep looking at the machine. If I see something small enough that I can pull off it and throw it into the water.
Yeah, there's bits you can pull off it. Yeah, you just don't know whether
Right.
they're
But
critical or not.
I'll pick a couple of them. Hopefully, one of them will be.
Give me a luck roll, please.
Nope.
Okay, you pull some bits off this.
Okay, and I'll just throw them in the water.
And splash, splash, you land in the water. As you do so, would you give me a spot hidden, please? As you toss them down into the water in the centre of this.
Would it help if I
space.
spend one
If
more
you want to
point?
spend one look, then yes, you can.
Yes, I will.
You toss them into the water. There's a splash, and then there's a ripple of movement from the pool. And this is like this pool in the centre of this room, the water where the pipe goes in, where you toss these things. There's a ripple of movement, and then there comes like a head appears out of here
Oh, hello.
with two wide staring eyes staring straight back at you. I need a sanity roll because that is what Basil mentioned.
Oh, you must be Basil's friend.
You only lose 1 point of sanity. You're surprised to be okay with this.
That's how much I lost.
Yeah.
I told you they're kind of mundane now. We're time travel. They're just, you're a fish person.
Stares at you, and it mouths something at you. It's trying to say something, and points you towards like the sea entrance.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Can you write English? Are you saying we should leave that by that exit?
And then it disappears back into the water.
What was that?
That was a fish person.
Did Martin, did you see this? Or you?
I don't know. Is the honest answer? How was it up? Was it there for a reasonable time?
It was up there for a moment. I'm going to leave it up to your discretion as to whether Martin saw this and might believe this happened.
Oh, because I did say out loud, "Oh, you're one of Basil's friends."
Okay, yeah. In which case, Martin, you turn around. Give me a sanity roll, please, as you turn around and. Yeah. Only 1 point of sanity. Just a fish person.
So.
Surprisingly okay with fish people. Yeah, you look around and you see this. You catch a glimpse of this pointing thing, and then it disappears back beneath the water.
Would a psychology roll give us an idea what it's trying to tell us?
You think it was trying to point you towards the entrance of the cave?
For us to go out that way, or for the device to go that way?
Well, the device is quite a long way from that entrance to the cave, so I'll leave it up to your determination of what it was trying to say. It pointed towards the entrance. That's what it did.
Well, when I said, "Do you want us to leave through that entrance?" that's when it decided to dunk back into the water.
Yes.
The question is it because the sea is hungry and would like to have its dinner delivered?
DoorDash.
That's a very good
Scale
point.
dash.
I don't know. What? Well.
I'm going to.
What are you doing, you two?
I'm going to go up to the machine, check it over again, and try to cut a couple of cables.
Okay, are you sort of obviously doing this, trying to break? Give me a mechanical repair roll, please.
I'll try to do it. I don't know, discreetly. How could I do that? I suppose it depends on my
That
role.
would be stealth and mechanical repair if you're trying to do it sneakily.
I'll try to.
If you just try and pull off a couple of little bits like Nigel did, then if you're not taking a hammer to it, if you're just grabbing a couple of little bits, you don't have to make the stealth roll.
And while Martin's doing that,
I'll do it discreetly, but
I'll try to engage
little bits to stop it from working.
And I'll try to engage the worker so he's not really paying attention to Martin. Saying,
I'll spend those points of luck to I'll spend those 6 points.
Okay. Points of luck.
To try and
and if you want to give me a stealth roll, if you're trying to do this discreetly, you can. Okay.
No. Discreetly.
And I say to the worker, "Have you seen those before?" You have. Oh, you don't like?
Looks to Martin and waves him sort of away from the machine, no, no.
Okay, I'll move away from the machine,
and he starts pointing you back up the stairs into Albert. He wants you out of this cave now. You touch the machine. No. But yeah, you've managed to snip some wires on this, but he's pointing you up out of this cave. It's up to you two now, whether you're exiting, whether you're going into the sea, up the stairs, or are about to
well,
engage in a dispute with this rather large gentleman.
Is the tide still in?
The tide is quite away, and it's going to require swimming to follow the instruction of the fish person.
Not really inclined to go out to sea.
No, I'm not the best of swimmers either myself. So let's, I suppose, head up the steps.
Right.
Okay, so as you head up the steps, and as upstairs, Basil and Avery are engaged in a presumably very interesting conversation about the possibilities of time travel, and whatever the secrets of the universe are being revealed up there. I think, because that might turn out to be a longish little conversation, I think that might be a good place to leave things for today, and we'll pick up next week with what exactly... Well, no, the week after next with what exactly it is Avery and Basil learn. But, as we leave you head upstairs, winding your way through this slightly rotten building of Albrook, upstairs past the lobby and up to the upper floor where Pendergast and Miss Ward have set up like a little base in the upper floor. They seem to have got there's a teapot. You see the book on the table. You see like notes and books and things scattered, and they sort of gesture to you to sit. And Pendergast opens with, "So, where shall I begin?"
In the beginning.
And that is where we shall leave things. Well, that took a turn. Basil is now on. Let's.
I just.
One of us.
No. I think that's perfect. I think that was a wonderful choice.
The dice are sacred, so it was earned. If you think about how much it took for him to pull a 180 on his beliefs, it would take going crazy, looking into the past, surrounded by mad scientists. It's earned. I'm so cooked.
Now we just need to be able to separate the power generation part and the time travel part in two different machines.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, of course, indubitably.
Yes. So yes.